What you guys, got another video. This tiny PC has no right being this powerful. It has a Ryzen 9 7940HS. It's the GEEKOM A7 Max Mini. This also has 16 gigabytes of DDR5 SODIMM RAM. It has a 1TB storage drive in here as well. This is everything you can get inside the box. You've got your VESA mount here, your power adapter, your cable, you've got your user manual and warranty. Also, you've got your HDMI cable as well, and the mini PC itself. These are the specs of the mini PC. It's a Ryzen 9 7940HS, 8 cores, 16 threads, max boost clock of 5.2 GHz, 16 megabytes of L3 cache. It's the Zen 4 architecture, a TDP of 54 watts. The GPU is the AMD Radeon 780M graphics. 16 gigabytes of DDR5 SODIMM memory can be upgraded to 64 gigabytes, and the storage can be upgraded to 2 terabytes, but it has a NVMe 4th gen 1 terabyte drive inside here as well. You also have Wi-Fi 6E and also Bluetooth 5.2. Let's take a look at the actual mini PC itself. Build quality is exceptionally good, as you would expect. Looks very similar to a Mac. On the front we have our power button. We also have our 3.5mm stereo headphone jack, 4 times USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A USB ports on the front. One of those is charging, as you can see on the left. We don't have any Type C USB port on the front on this model, but we do have obviously 4 Type A USB ports, which gives you plenty of connectivity on the front of the actual mini PC. On the side of the mini PC, we do have that SD card reader on the side, with plenty of ventilation there. On the other side, we just have a simple Kensington lock on there as well. Moving on to the back of the device, starting on the left-hand side, we have one DC in, which is your 19-volt input. We have one USB 4.0 port. We have 2 HDMI 2.0 ports and 2 2.5 gigabit RJ45 ports. These are your Ethernet ports, and one USB 2.0 Type A port, and one USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port as well, and another one USB 4.0 port on the far right. This mini PC supports 4 displays up to 8K each. That will be using the 2 USB 4.0 ports and 2 HDMI ports. Now, for those who are worried about reliability, GEEKOM offer a 12-month free replacement policy and also 24 months after that of free repair for this. So it's 3 years warranty on a mini PC. That's exceptionally good. Let's have a look inside. So I'm going to remove these 4 rubber grommets from the bottom and remove the 4 screws so we can gain access to the mini PC. Now, over the years, mini PCs have just got better and better over time, and GEEKOM is one of the market leaders when it comes to mini PCs. They're right up there as one of the best to buy for mini PCs if you're looking to buy a mini PC in 2026. This is a plastic bottom. That's because we have Wi-Fi antennas here, so you can get better range for your Wi-Fi signal. We need to remove this plate, so that's 4 screws we need to remove here, and I can see these antennas right here, so I'm going to be a bit careful just in case there's cables below here, which there probably is. So I'm just going to remove these 4 screws. Now, this metal plate is probably helping with heat dissipation as well. Now, a thing to remember is these cables are very, very short on these antennas, and they will probably pop out of the Wi-Fi connector, which can be very frustrating for the average user because obviously they're not going to be easy for them to put back. Now, we do only have one memory module in here, and the reason for that is the price rise in memory and also in SSD NVMEs, and that's probably why you're not seeing 2 in these models anymore. They're probably doing this on every mini PC that's being produced today in 2026, and that's because the prices have gone through the roof. So having 16 gigs on a single channel is really going to hurt performance on this mini PC. Also, if you want to upgrade, it will go to a maximum of 64 gigabytes, but that is going to cost hundreds of pounds in today's market. Now, if you're looking to upgrade this at some point, you're going to need to gain access inside like I have. Now, removing this metal plate here, you can see the Wi-Fi antenna cables are very, very short, and these are going to pop off, and it makes it very, very difficult to put them back on. Now, for the average user that might be just wanting to upgrade their memory, they're going to struggle putting that back on because they're not very technical minded, and this might make it very difficult for them to put that back. And if they're relying on Wi-Fi, it could end up knocking their Wi-Fi out. So bear that in mind. GEEKOM need to make these cables a little bit longer, in my personal opinion. Now, the read and write speeds for this SSD is 7045.68 for the reads, and the writes is 61,001.68. Now, the brand and model number, I don't know what that is, but the model number's there. You can see it, but I don't know what brand it is. It's some unknown brand to me, WP-BSN4M8. Moving on for the Geekbench benchmark scores for GEEKOM A7 Max. Single core score is 2,578 and the multi-core score was 9,890. So that's what the scores were for Geekbench 6. And for the GPU, it was 26,835 for the OpenCL score for the GEEKOM A7 Max. So let's move on to some other benchmarks here. Cinebench R23. I just wanted to run this just to show you the temperatures when we're running this, because this does also torture the mini PC a little bit. So you can see the temperatures are around about 77.1 right here, and they're doing pretty well, and going up to 78.9. And we don't have any thermal throttling or anything like that. We're sitting there nice, and you can also see the amount of power that is being drawn. It's around about 54 watts there. Goes up and down a little bit there, but around about 54 watts. And the temperatures drop right down here now. We've got no thermal throttling whatsoever. So very impressive thermals for this particular model. And the multi-core score for that was 15,909 points, which is pretty impressive. Let's do the single core score here, and I'll run this quickly, and I'll show you both of them together so you can see what sort of results you get. So we've got 1,758 points on the single core and 15,909 points on the multi-core score on Cinebench R23. Pretty impressive results for a mini PC. Let's take a look at the 3D Mark score for TimeSpy here. 1,810 is the score for this. That was graphics score was 1,589 and the CPU score was 8,622. You can see the monitoring graph right there, the way it performed throughout this test. So pretty impressive for a mini PC. Got plenty of processing power there for this mini PC to do all of your tasks, whether it be rendering, editing videos and stuff like that. So taking a look at the Night Raid score, 17,677. That's a graphics card score of 17,999. CPU score was 16,051. That's on Night Raid for graphics onboard graphics test. You can see the graphics card monitoring graph there, done pretty well all round. So a really good all round mini PC. Let's take a look at the Jellyfish 400 Mbps, 4K Ultra HD HEVC, 10-bit file, silky smooth playback. As you can see here, no jerkiness whatsoever. So you're going to have no problem playing all your 4K content on this particular device here. I'll just do a quick drag and stop and see how it plays. And it's silky smooth, plays straight away as you'd expect. 4K streaming, no problem whatsoever. As you can see here, a few drop frames at the very start, which is common for every single PC. And then it stabilizes and we have no problem whatsoever. And this is true 4K streaming because we're streaming to a 4K monitor at that resolution and it's no problem whatsoever. Very impressive for a mini PC with onboard graphics. So if you're looking to have a Plex server to stream all of your movies, something like this will be perfectly fine. Or whether you want to stream off of Netflix and all these other platforms that do 4K streaming, you can do. Let's take a quick look at the CPU Z, and we can go through here and I'll show you what the specs are through CPU, motherboard, memory, and so on. I'll just flick through here and then we'll do a quick CPU stress test using this software here as well to see whether we have any problems. So if you've got an aging old computer that's not supported with Windows 11, you can buy something like this at pretty affordable prices that has plenty of power under the hood. It will do all of your video editing needs, all of your photo editing, and also browsing the web, YouTube surfing, and all of that sort of stuff. It's a pretty decent PC for the money. I'll just quickly show you the power draw here. If you've got a really old computer, it's probably drawing a lot of power. This draws hardly any power at all, 50 odd watts, as you can see right here. And it doesn't thermal throttle, and it's not overheating. We're running at 80.8 Celsius here, which is pretty good, and it's dropping down instantly straight away down to 81.6. So we're running a stress test here on the CPU. It goes up and then it comes back down, but we're still not thermal throttling, so it's working perfectly how it should be. And I've run extensive tests on this for quite a while, 15 minutes, so I've had no problem whatsoever. Now, you're probably never ever going to torture your PC like this, so you don't have to worry about it because it does have good thermals. Looking at the BIOS screen here, you can see BIOS is pretty basic. There's not much you can do inside here. It is a mini PC after all, but you can do some of your general stuff that you want to do on your mini PC, like change boot order and all that sort of stuff. I think you can change the fan speed and also the power options as well. If you want to go into performance mode, you can do. There's quite a few things you can do on here if you wanted to change it as well. You can see some of the settings. So whether it be creating, gaming, movies or office, this mini PC has you covered. We can play games on here as well. You can play old school retro games and you can play modern day games as well. Now remember, this is onboard graphics we're using here, so it doesn't have a dedicated GPU. So if you're a hardcore gamer that does like your high FPS with dedicated graphics, then obviously this is not for you unless you're using some form of external GPU. But it can play AAA listed games like Apex Legends, and on their website it says you can get 70 FPS. Also, PUBG can get around 65 FPS according to their website. Now, whether that's at 1080p or 720p, I don't know because it doesn't specify. But again, there's some other benchmarks on there like League of Legends that's got 240 FPS. So this can play AAA listed games. It's just not going to replace a dedicated GPU, so just bear that in mind. Now, this product was sent for review from GEEKOM. All opinions are my own. No one is reviewing this video before it's released, and no money has changed hands for the review. So I try to be as honest as I can to give you as much information as I can so you can make a decision on yourself whether you want to buy it or not. I do think this is a very good mini PC. I think GEEKOM are probably making some of the best mini PCs out there alongside other companies as well. And also what I do like about GEEKOM is their support. They're offering a pretty decent support service, a replacement within 1 year, and also another 2 years on top of that of repair. So if anything happens, you have that peace of mind. Now, this mini PC does tick a lot of boxes. So if you're looking to replace that aging old computer and downsize, because it's such a power hog, this is only drawing 54 watts at max on power, which is very good indeed. Also, that means much more savings on electricity. Again, if you're looking for something that can do photo editing, video editing, office work, or just surfing the web, this can have you covered. It even has some gaming capabilities with that onboard graphics, which I think is an exceptionally good value for the money. So how much does it cost? Well, on their official website at the time of making this video, you can see the final price is $649 there. So I'll leave all the links in the video description if you're interested. Anyway, with that said, I hope you liked the review. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. I shall catch you in the very next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.